Guys, Casey again from KratomLifeGuide.com. In this video I want to talk just a little bit about the fast strains. I'm going to go into some specifics on how I use them, how I think they're most beneficial, and sort of how I think that you all can get the most benefit from on what days to take them on. So with the fast strains, most people, myself included, like them because they're going to increase your productivity, give you some higher energy levels, make you feel more motivated, possibly make you feel more social or wanting to talk to people. I get that effect very much in a big way. And so I take them, given all that, I like to take them on my busy work days. So every night before I go to sleep, I'll make just a to-do list in my little notebook here that I keep with me all the day. And the next day when I wake up, I just start chipping away at it. Now before I was taking Kratom, I'd make my list the night before, feel really good about just the fact that I'd made the list, wake up the next day, start looking at the list and just thinking. I would think, okay, what am I going to do first? What do I need to have to do this? Who do I need to call? When should I call? What should I do next? And really just thinking, not doing. I would sit and stare at the list and just get in my own head thinking about all this stuff, but really not accomplishing anything. When I started taking Kratom, and still to this day, I find that I pick up the list, look at it, and I just start doing. There's not any thinking about, okay, I guess I should do this in a little bit. I just pick up and go. And I found that it's very easy for me to just kind of get in the zone or go on autopilot or get into a state of flow, whatever you want to call it, where I'm just doing, moving forward, doing, not thinking, just doing. Now, I'm not zoned out doing, I'm conscious of everything, but I'm taking action, which is huge. I'm taking action moving forward, and I'm just checking things off the list. Oftentimes I make a list the previous night that I think might take me all day, and I finish it within 4 or 5 hours of being up, and I've got my whole day to myself from there. So given that I find that increase in productivity, I get almost a natural rush of endorphins from finishing everything that I set out to do over the course of a day in the first half of my day. So I get a natural high or a sense of euphoria from that. So that's the first thing that I really like about them, is that increase in productivity and just energy and, motivation to get things done. Secondly, for the longest time that I can remember, I struggled a lot with social anxiety. I used to think that it was just that I was an introvert and I didn't like talking to people, but the more I kind of read about it and learned about myself, I realized that it was anxiety. I would just be in my own head and getting in my own way, just thinking of all these, what if this, what if that, coming up with all these worst case scenarios that would just kind of dominate my life, and I would be almost paralyzed by it. With Kratom, I find that it's much easier to just get into the moment and be out of my own head. So I'll find myself just talking to people that I've just met, whether it's a cashier or whether it's a person on the sidewalk that asks me for directions, or really anything. Anyone that I run into, if I'm sitting next to someone, I just find it very easy to start and hold conversation without even thinking about it. I'm not, what should I say next, or does this person want to talk to me? I just find myself naturally having, great conversations with people, and I've ended up meeting a lot of new people and, making a lot of new friends from it. With that, I'm a gym owner, and I train people at the individual level, and I also do group classes. So when I take fast strains before class, it makes speaking in front of a large group of people much easier. Now, although I'm talking about something that I'm very passionate about and I would oftentimes still get in my head before I would take Kratom. Without it, I feel that it really lets my enthusiasm and my passion for what I'm helping these people with shine through, and I can make a much, much deeper emotional connection with my clients. Any of you that are entrepreneurs know that if the deeper emotional connection you can make with your client, the better that's going to be for the both of you. I think it's a huge key to success. So that increase in productivity and motivation, along with the kind of desire to be social or just kind of cut in anxiety, I think are the two biggest benefits of the fast strains, and that's what I take into consideration when I'm thinking about what days I want to take a fast strain on. Now, the only, I guess, downside with the fast strain is that they do tend to wear off a little bit faster than the slower strains. So typically, on days that I'll take a fast strain, I'm taking, 1 to 2, sometimes 3 more doses per day than I would with a slow strain. So given that, I take a little bit less at a time, and not too much. I mean, half a gram to a gram less per dose, and that's really it. So next video, I'm going to talk more in depth about the slow strains. If you guys like this video, please comment, give me a thumbs up, and leave any suggestions of stuff you want me to talk about in the future. Thanks a lot.